Jessica. गाता जाओ, कृष्ण का नाम प्यारा है, 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 मुरली मधुर सुनाता है, कृष्ण कन्हैया लाल रे, कृष्ण कन्हैया लाल रे, मुरली मधुर सुनाता है, कृष्ण कन्हैया लाल रे, कृष्ण कन्हैया लाल रे, मुरली मधुर सुनाता है, कृष्ण कन्हैया लाल रे, मुरली मधुर सुनाता है, कृष्ण कन्हैया लाल रे, राम राम गाता जाओ, राम का नाम प्यारा है, राम का नाम प्यारा है, राम राम गाता जाओ, राम का नाम प्यारा है, 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 कृष्ण कन्हैया लाल रे, 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण गाता जाओ, कृष्ण कन्हैया रे, कृष्ण कन्हैया लाल रे, ओम श्री राम कृष्ण भगवान की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, श्री अम्बे अम्बे मात की जय, श्री कृष्ण कन्हैया लाल की जय।
Om, page 95.
कान्हा कन्हैया नंद लाला, कान्हा कन्हैया नंद लाला, ओ मुरली वाला ऐसे भजाए मुरली, मुरलिया जादू बड़ी, कान्हा कन्हैया नंद लाला, ओ मुरली वाला ऐसी बजाए मुरली, मुरलिया जादू भरी, कान्हा
छाई।
ऐसी तान सुनाई, सुध बुध सब बिसराई।
ऐसी तान सुनाई, सुध बुध सब बिसराई।
बांका उचेला निराला,
बांका उछला निराला, ओ मुरली वाला ऐसी बजाई मुरली, मुरलिया चालू भरी।
कान्हा कन्हैयानंद लाला, ओ मुरली वाला ऐसी भजाई मुरली, मुरलिया जादू भरी।
कान्हा कन्हैयानंद लाला, ओ मुरली वाला ऐसी बजाई मुरली, मुरलिया जादू भरी।
कान्हा कृष्ण मुरारी, गोवर्धन गिरिधारी।
कान्हा कृष्ण मुरारी, गोवर्धन गिरधारी।
काहे मत की बोली, सुनत मीठी गाली।
काहे मत की भोली, सुनते मीठी गाली।
आगे भरे ब्रजबाला,
आहे भरे ब्रजबाला, ओ मुरली वाला ऐसी बजाए मुरली, मुरलिया चालू भरी।
कान्हा कन्हैयानंद लाला, ओ मुरली वाला ऐसी भजाई मुरली, मुरलिया जादू बरी।
कान्हा कन्हैयानंद लाला, ओ मुरली वाला ऐसी बजाए मुरली, मुरलिया चालू भरी।
माखन चोर दुलारा, नच गज सबका प्यारा।
माखन चोर दुलारा, नच गज सबका प्यारा।
मनमोहन मन भावन, नाम लेते जग सारा।
मनमोहन मन भावन, नाम रटे जग सारा।
माधव मुकुंद मतवाला,
माधव मुकुंद मतवाला, ओ मुरली वाला ऐसी बजाए मुरली, मुरलिया चालू भरी।
कान्हा कन्हैयानंद लाला, ओ मुरली वाला ऐसे भजाई मुरली, मुरलिया जादू बरी।
कान्हा कन्हैयानंद लाला, ओ मुरली वाला ऐसी बजाए मुरली, मुरलिया जादू भरी।
कान्हा कन्हैयानंद लाला, ओ मुरली वाला ऐसे भजाई मुरली, मुरलिया जादू बरी।
कान्हा कन्हैयानंद लाला, ओ मुरली वाला ऐसी बजाए मुरली, मुरलिया जादू भरी।
मुरलिया जादू बरी।
मुरलिया जादू भरी।
मुरलिया जादू बरी।
मुरलिया जादू भरी।
ओम श्री राम कृष्ण भगवान की जय। पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। श्री अम्बे अम्बे मात की जय। श्री कृष्ण कन्हैया लाल की जय।
On page 90. Om Maya Maine hi maakhan khayo Maya mori Maine hi maakhan khayo
मैया मैं नहीं माखन खायो, मैया मोरी मैं नहीं माखन खायो।
Maya Maine hi maakhan khayo Maya mori Maine hi maakhan khayo
मैया मैं नहीं माखन खायो, मैया मोरी मैं नहीं माखन खायो।
मोर पयो गायन की पाछी मधुबन मोहि पठायो
भोर भयो गयन के पाछे मधुबन मोहि पठायो।
चार प्रहर वन सीवत भत गयो
चार प्रहर बंसी वट भटक्यो,
सांझ परी घर आयो मैया मैंने ही माखन खायो मैया मोरी मैंने ही माखन खायो
मैया मैं नहीं माखन खायो, मैया मोरी मैं नहीं माखन खायो।
मैं बालक बयन को चोचो चीको किसी विधि पायो
ये बालक नयन को छोड़ो, जी को किसी विधि पायो।
ग्वाल बाल सब वीरपदी
ग्वाल बाल सब बेर पड़े हैं,
भैरवस मुकनि पतायो मैया मैंने ही माखन खायो मैया मोरी मैंने ही माखन खायो
मैया मैं नहीं माखन खायो, मैया मोरी मैं नहीं माखन खायो।
तू जननी मन की अति भोरी इनको कई पतियायो
तू जनी मन की अति भोरी, इनके कहीं बतियायो।
तेरी जिए कछु भीर बसत
तब बिहसी यशोदा।
ले हरि कंत लगायो मया मैंने ही माखन खायो मैया मोरी मैंने ही माखन खायो
मैया मैं नहीं माखन खायो।
मैया मोरी मैं नहीं माखन खायो।
मैया मोरी मैंने ही माखन खायो
मैया
मोरी मैं नहीं माखन
खायो।
गोविंद बोलो हरि गोपाल बोलो
गोविंद बोलो हरि गोपाल बोलो।
गोविंद बोलो हरि गोपाल बोलो
गोविंद बोलो हरि गोपाल बोलो।
राधा रमन हरि गोविंद बोलो
राधा रमन हरि गोविंद बोलो।
राधा रमन हरि गोविंद बोलो
राधा रमन हरि गोविंद बोलो।
गोविंद बोलो हरि गोपाल बोलो
गोविंद बोलो हरि गोपाल बोलो।
गोविंद बोलो हरि गोपाल बोलो
गोविंद बोलो हरि गोपाल बोलो।
गोविंद बोलो हरि गोपाल बोलो
गोविंद बोलो हरि गोपाल बोलो।
राधा रमन हरि गोविंद बोलो
राधा रमन हरि गोविंद बोलो।
गोविंद बोलो हरि गोपाल बोलो
गोविंद बोलो हरि गोपाल बोलो।
गोविंद बोलो हरि गोपाल बोलो
गोविंद बोलो हरि गोपाल बोलो।
गोविंद बोलो हरि गोपाल बोलो ओम श्री राम कृष्ण भगवान की जय पवन
सुत हनुमान की जय। श्री अम्बे अम्बे मात की जय। श्री कृष्ण कन्हैया लाल की जय। After Avinta, Yogesh will sing, then Veena Ben will sing.
On page 89. कन्हैया 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 तुझे आना पड़ेगा
आना पड़ेगा।
रंग गीत वाला निभाना पड़ेगा
वचन गीत वाला निभाना पड़ेगा।
कन्हैया 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 तुझे आना पड़ेगा
आना पड़ेगा।
वचन गीत वाला निभाना पड़ेगा
वचन गीत वाला निभाना पड़ेगा।
गोकुल में आया मथुरा में आया
गोकुल में आया मथुरा में आया।
कभी प्यारी प्यारी कही तो दिखाए
कभी प्यारी प्यारी कभी तो दिखाए।
मेरे सावरे
अरे सावरे देख आके जरा सुनी सुनी पड़ी है तेरी द्वारका।
कन्हैया 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 तुझे आना पड़ेगा
आना पड़ेगा। विठल नहीं।
वही कुंज गलिया
वही कुंज गलिया वही गोपिया चलत की मगर कोई चागल नहीं।
कन्हैया 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 तुझे आना पड़ेगा
आना पड़ेगा
वचन गीतवाला निभाना पड़ेगा
वचन गीता वाला निभाना पड़ेगा।
कोई तेरी गैया कवाली
कोई तेरी गैया कवाली
नहीं
नहीं।
अमानत ये तेरी संभाली नहीं
अमानत ये तेरी संभाली नहीं।
गई कंस भारत में
कई कंस भारत में पैदा हुए कपट से कोई घर भी खाली नहीं।
कन्हैया 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 तुझे आना पड़ेगा
आना पड़ेगा
वचन गीतवाला निभाना पड़ेगा
वचन गीता वाला निभाना पड़ेगा।
हरे हरे कृष्ण हरे मुरारी
जय जय गोवर्धन गिरधारी
हरे हरे कृष्ण हरे मुरारी
जय जय गोवर्धन गिरधारी
हरे हरे कृष्ण हरे मुरारी
जय जय गोवर्धन गिरधारी
हरे हरे कृष्ण हरे मुरारी
जय जय गोवर्धन गिरधारी
जय जय गोवर्धन गिरिधारी
हरे हरे कृष्णा हरे मुरारी
जय जय गोवर्धन गिरिधारी
हरे हरे कृष्णा हरे मुरारी
हरे हरे कृष्ण हरे मुरारी
जय जय गोवर्धन गिरधारी
हरे हरे कृष्ण हरे मुरारी
जय जय गोवर्धन गिरधारी
हरे हरे कृष्ण हरे मुरारी
जय जय गोवर्धन गिरधारी।
ओम श्री राम कृष्ण भगवान की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय श्री अम्बे अम्बे मात की जय श्री कृष्ण कन्हैया लाल की जय।
Om, page 96. जय गणेश गणनाथ दयानिधि सकल विघ्न कर दूर हमारे मम वंदन स्वीकार करो प्रभु चरण शरण हम आए तुम्हारे जय गणेश गणनाथ दयानिधि जय नंदलाला जय गोपाला
जय नंदलाला जय गोपाला
जय नंदलाला जय जय श्री राधे गोविंदा मन बजले हरि का प्यारा नाम है
श्री
गोपाल हरि का प्यारा नाम है, नंदलाल हरि का प्यारा नाम है।
गोपाल हरि का प्यारा नाम है, नंदलाल हरि का प्यारा नाम है।
जय नंदलाल जय गोपाल,
जय नंदलाल जय गोपाल,
जय नंदलाल जय गोपाल,
जय नंदलाल जय गोपाल।
मोर मुकुट सिर गल बनमाला, केसर तिलक लगाए, केसर तिलक लगाए।
मोर मुकुट सिर गल बनमाला, केसर तिलक लगाए, केसर तिलक लगाए।
वृंदावन की कुंज गलिन में सबको नाच नचावे,
ओहो सबको नाच गावे।
श्री राधे गोविंदा, मन भजने हरि का प्यारा नाम है।
श्री राधे गोविंदा, मन भजले हरि का प्यारा नाम है।
जय नंदलाल जय गोपाल,
जय नंदलाल जय गोपाल,
जय नंदलाल जय गोपाल।
जय नंदलाल जय गोपाल।
यमुना किनारे देनु चरारे, माधव मदन मुरारी, माधव मदन मुरारी।
यमुना किनारे धेनु चढ़ावे, माधव मदन मुरारी, माधव मदन मुरारी।
मधुर मुरलिया जबी बजावे, हर ले सुध बुध सारी,
ओहो हर ले सुध बुध सारी।
श्री राधे गोविंदा, मन भजने हरि का प्यारा नाम है।
श्री राधे गोविंदा, मन भजले हरि का प्यारा नाम है।
गोपाल हरि का प्यारा नाम है, नंदलाल हरि का प्यारा नाम है।
गोपाल हरि का प्यारा नाम है, नंदलाल हरि का प्यारा नाम है।
जय नंदलाल जय गोपाल,
जय नंदलाल जय गोपाल,
जय नंदलाल जय गोपाल।
जय नंदलाल जय गोपाल।
गिरधर नागर कहते मीरा, सूर को श्यामल बाया, सूर को श्यामल बाया।
गिरिधर नागर कहती मीरा, सूर को श्यामल भाया, सूर को श्यामल भाया।
तुकाराम और नाम देव ने विठ्ठल विठ्ठल गाया,
ओहो विठ्ठल विठ्ठल गाया।
श्री राधे गोविंदा, मन भजने हरि का प्यारा नाम है।
श्री राधे गोविंदा, मन भजले हरि का प्यारा नाम है।
जय नंदलाल जय गोपाल,
जय नंदलाल जय गोपाल,
जय नंदलाल जय गोपाल।
जय नंदलाल जय गोपाल।
राधा शक्ति बिना न कोई श्यामल दर्शन पावे, श्यामल दर्शन पावे।
राधा शक्ति बिना न कोई श्यामल दर्शन पावे, श्यामल दर्शन पावे।
आराधन करे राधे राधे, कान्हा भागे आवे,
ओहो कान्हा भागे आवे।
श्री राधे गोविंदा, मन भजले हरि का प्यारा नाम है।
श्री राधे गोविंदा, मन भजले हरि का प्यारा नाम है।
गोपाल हरि का प्यारा नाम है, नंदलाल हरि का प्यारा नाम है।
गोपाल
Lala Jai Gopala
Jai Nandlala Jai Gopala
Jai Nandlala Jai Gopala
Jai Nandlala Jai Gopala
Om Shri Ram Krishna Bhagavan ki Jai Pavan Sutta Hanuman ki Jai Shri Ambe Ambe Mata ki Jai Shri Krishna Kanhaiya Lal ki Jai.
Om, page 87.
Sureka will sing after Veena Ben and then Bharat will sing.
Jai Radha Madhava Jai Kunja Bihari
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 Jai Gopi Janavallabha
Jai Gopi Janavallabha
Jai Gopi Janavallabha
Jai Gopi Janavallabha
Jai Girivaradhari
Jai Gopi Janavallabha Jai Girivaradhari
Jai Radha Madhava Jai Kunja Bihari
Jai Radha Madhava Jai Kunja Bihari
Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana
Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana
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 Yamuna Tiravanachari Jai Girivaradhari
Yamuna Tiravanachari Jai Girivaradhari
Page 84. अच्युतं केशवं कृष्णदामोदरं रामनारायणं जानकीवल्लभम्
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 कौन कहते हैं भगवान आते नहीं, तुम मीरा के जैसे भुलाते नहीं।
कौन कहते हैं भगवान आते
यशोदा की जैसे सुलाते नहीं।
कौन कहते हैं भगवान सोते नहीं, माँ यशोदा के जैसे सुलाते नहीं।
अच्युतं केशवं कृष्ण दामोदरं राम नारायणं जानकी वल्लभम्।
अच्युतं केशवं कृष्ण दामोदरं राम नारायणं जानकी वल्लभम्।
कौन कहते हैं भगवान नाचते नहीं, गोपियों की तरह तुम नचाते नहीं।
कौन कहते हैं भगवान नाचते नहीं, गोपियों की तरह तुम नचाते नहीं।
अच्युतं केशवं कृष्ण दामोदरं राम नारायणं जानकी वल्लभम्।
अच्युतं केशवं कृष्ण दामोदरं राम नारायणं जानकी वल्लभम्।
कौन कहते हैं भगवान हंसते नहीं, राम कृष्ण की जैसे हंसाते नहीं।
कौन कहते हैं भगवान हंसते नहीं, राम कृष्ण के जैसे हंसाते नहीं।
अच्युतं केशवं कृष्ण दामोदरं राम नारायणं जानकी वल्लभम्।
अच्युतं केशवं कृष्ण दामोदरं राम नारायणं जानकी वल्लभम्।
कौन कहते हैं भगवान आते नहीं, तुम मीरा के जैसे बुलाते नहीं।
कौन कहते हैं भगवान आते नहीं, तुम मीरा के जैसे बुलाते नहीं।
वेद शबरी के जैसे खिलाते नहीं,
वेद शबरी के जैसे खिलाते नहीं।
माँ यशोदा की जैसे सुलाते नहीं।
माँ यशोदा के जैसे सुलाते नहीं।
गोपियों की तरह तुम नचाते नहीं,
गोपियों की तरह तुम नचाते नहीं।
राम कृष्ण के जैसे हंसाते नहीं।
राम कृष्ण के जैसे हंसाते नहीं।
अच्युतं केशवं कृष्ण दामोदरं राम नारायणं जानकी वल्लभम्।
अच्युतं केशवं कृष्ण दामोदरं राम नारायणं जानकी वल्लभम्।
राम नारायणं जानकी वल्लभम्।
राम नारायणं जानकी वल्लभम्।
राम नारायणं जानकी वल्लभम्।
ॐ श्री राम कृष्ण भगवान की जय। पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। श्री अम्बे अम्बे मात की जय। श्री कृष्ण कन्हैया लाल की जय।
Om, page 77. Jai Shri Krishna Hare, Jai Shri Krishna Hare, Jai Mukunda Madhusudana Madhava Muralidhara Hare.
मुरलीधर हर रे जय श्री कृष्ण हरे जय श्री कृष्ण हरे जय मुकुंद मधुसूदन माधव मुरलीधर हर रे
जय श्री कृष्ण हरे जय श्री कृष्ण हरे जय मुकुंद मधुसूदन माधव मुरलीधर हर रे
जय मुकुंद मधुसूदन माधव मुरलीधर हर रे
जय मुकुंद मधुसूदन माधव मुरलीधर हर रे
जय श्री कृष्ण हरे जय श्री कृष्ण हरे जय मुकुंद मधुसूदन माधव मुरलीधर हर रे
जय श्री कृष्ण हरे जय श्री कृष्ण हरे जय मुकुंद मधुसूदन माधव मुरलीधर हर रे
जय श्री कृष्ण हरे जय श्री कृष्ण हरे जय मुकुंद मधुसूदन माधव मुरलीधर हर रे
जय श्री कृष्ण हरे जय श्री कृष्ण हरे जय मुकुंद मधुसूदन माधव मुरलीधर हर रे
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 मुरलीधर हर रे
मुरलीधर हर रे ओम श्री राम कृष्ण भगवान की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय श्री अम्बे अम्बे मात की जय श्री कृष्ण कन्हैया लाल की जय
Om, page 91. Om, Hari Tarache Hajar Naam, Kaya Naam Lakvi Kankotari.
हरि तारा 6000 नाम कया नाम लखवी कंकोटरी
हरि तराचे 1000 नाम कया नाम लखवी कंकोतरी
हरि तारा 6000 नाम कया नाम लखवी कंकोटरी
रोज रोज बदले मुकाम कया नाम लखवी कंकोतरी
रोज रोज बदले मुकाम कया नाम लखवी कंकोटरी
हरि तराचे 1000 नाम कया नाम लखवी कंकोतरी
हरि तारा 6000 नाम
मथुरा मोहन्तु गोकुल गोवारियो
मथुरा मोहन्तु गोकुल गोवारियो
मथुरा मोहन्तु गोकुल गोवारियो
मथुरा मोहन्तु गोकुल गोवारियो
द्वारिका मराय रणचोद कया नाम लखवी कंकोतरी
द्वारका मराय रणचोद कया नाम लखवी कंकोतरी
हरि तारा 6000 नाम कया नाम लखवी कंकोतरी
हरि तारा 6000 नाम कया नाम लखवी कंकोतरी
नरसिंह मेहतानो तु स्वामी समरियो
नरसिंह मेहतानो तु स्वामी समारियो
नरसिंह मेहतानो तु स्वामी समरियो
नरसिंह मेहतानो तु स्वामी समारियो
मीरा न गिरिधर गोपाल कया नाम लखवी कंकोतरी
मीरा नागिरधर गोपाल कया नाम लखवी कंकोतरी
हरि तारा 6000 नाम कया नाम लखवी कंकोतरी
हरि तारा 6000 नाम कया नाम लखवी कंकोतरी
कोई तने राम कहे कोई राधे श्याम
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 कोई कहे नंदनो किशोर कया नाम लखवी कंकोतरी
कोई तने नंदनो किशोर कया नाम लखवी कंकोतरी
हरि तारा 6000 नाम कया नाम लखवी कंकोतरी
हरि तारा 6000 नाम कया नाम लखवी कंकोतरी
रोज रोज बदले मुकाम कया नाम लखवी कंकोतरी
रोज रोज बदले मुकाम कया नाम लखवी कंकोतरी
हरि तारा 6000 नाम कया नाम लखवी कंकोतरी
हरि तारा 6000 नाम कया नाम लखवी कंकोतरी
नरसिंह मेहतानो तु स्वामी समरियो
नरसिंह मेहतानो तु स्वामी समारियो
मीरा न गिरिधर गोपाल कया नाम लखवी कंकोतरी
मीरा नागिरधर गोपाल कया नाम लखवी कंकोतरी
हरि तारा 6000 नाम कया नाम लखवी कंकोतरी
हरि तारा 6000 नाम कया नाम लखवी कंकोतरी
कोई तने राम कहे कोई राधे श्याम
कोई तने राम कहे कोई राधे श्याम
कोई कहे नंदनो किशोर कया नाम लखवी कंकोतरी
कोई तने नंदनो किशोर कया नाम लखवी कंकोतरी
हरि तारा 6000 नाम कया नाम लखवी कंकोतरी
हरि तारा 6000 नाम कया नाम लखवी कंकोतरी
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 श्री राम कृष्ण भगवान की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय श्री
Narayana. Dear sisters and brothers, we are so happy to see that so many devotees have stayed to glorify Shri Krishna Bhagavan until midnight. We are privileged and blessed to have revered Ishtaprana Mataji to address us this evening. It is with deep reverence that I humbly invite revered Mataji to address us.
सर्वदेवदेवी स्वरूपाय श्रीरामकृष्णाय नमः। ॐ वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। Om Namo Narayanaya, dear sisters, brothers, and I see some loving children here too. It's so wonderful to see all of you here today, and it's so wonderful to be able to glorify God together. This glorious day reminds us of God's compassion to humanity, and Shri Krishna Bhagavan says in Bhagavad Gita, in many verses of the Bhagavad Gita, the Lord says, I am seated in the hearts of all beings. So how does the Lord sit in our heart, or how is He seated in our hearts? In the form of the Atman. And we can say that the Atman is the microcosm and the Paramatman is the macrocosm. So whatever is in Paramatman is in us as well, and the whole purpose of our life is to know that divine energy in us, that divine power, that divine light. We know that absolutely in the real sense, God is never born, nor does He die, because it is said in the Bhagavad Gita that this supreme Atman, or this supreme power, never takes birth, nor does it die. It is eternal and ever present in our hearts. So when knowledge of this dawns on us, then we see that God Himself is the entire universe. And it helps us to meditate on that light, because this Atman, in the Katha Upanishad, it gives us a very clear description of the Atman. It says that it is a beautiful light of the size of the thumb on the right of our heart. The physical heart is on the left, the spiritual heart is on the right. And when you think about that, we think that's why in every Hindu home we light the lamp. Because when you see the lamp, it's more or less of the size of the thumb, and it reminds us of the Atman that is inside us. So therefore, Shri Krishna Bhagavan also says that when we meditate in that way, like a lamp that is not flickering in the wind, the lamp flickers, but a steady lamp, it's like Master says, when you pour oil from one vessel to another, a continuous flow, uninterrupted flow, then when we meditate like that, the way the lamp does not flicker, the mind does not move from one place to the other, one thought to the other, the mind is absolutely concentrated on the Supreme Lord in our hearts, then we gradually, of course not overnight, but through many years of practice, we see that that same light that is in us is in everyone, And so we respect people, we respect all of creation. And how is it that we can awaken this divine power in us, like we are doing today? Prayer, chanting, having satsang, and reminding ourselves that God is in us. Because the purpose of life is to know this divine, our innate divinity, usually caught up in this day-to-day mundane activities, in so many duties, we tend to forget our real purpose of life. And Lord Krishna says that of all the senses, I am the mind. So we talk about 5 senses, but the Lord says He is the mind. So the mind is the only instrument that can take us to God, and therefore we must protect our mind and be very careful of what we allow to enter our minds. Do not allow unnecessary thoughts to enter, because this disturbs us, this prevents us from reaching God, and it dampens our spirit, it dampens our devotion to God. So we must, I always think about the Lakshman Rekha. Nothing must enter there, only what I want must enter in my mind, because I have to be so careful. Our Hindu religious festivals enable us to improve ourselves and to go forward in life. Shri Krishna Bhagwan fills us with joy and peace as we remember his wonderful Leelas, the divine play that he enacted on earth. The Lord gives us moksha or liberation, yet he was born in a prison. So, what did he do? He immediately, even before he was born, he came to his father in a beautiful vision. He had Vasudeva actually saw Lord Vishnu, and Lord Vishnu said, I am going to be born now. You must please carry me across the Yamuna river to Gokul, where your friend lives. And as soon as the Lord was born, we know that the gates opened, the guards fell off to sleep. You see how beautifully the Lord enacts his part, because he can do what he wants. Nobody can bind him. The only thing that binds God is the love of a devotee. So even through the stormy night, with the Yamuna, with the waters of the Yamuna rising so high, our Lord Krishna was put in a basket, and Vasudeva carried him across the Yamuna to Gokul. Our baby Gopala, as small as he was, every day there was some danger to his life, because Kamsa wanted to kill him. And in spite of all these challenges, we see how much of fun Gopala had with the cowherd girls and boys. They spread only love and joy and peace. They had no enmity. Very often they say, our big Swamiji used to tell us, familiarity breeds contempt. We must not allow that. Do not allow that. After 5 years or 10 years of knowing people, then we lose that interest. And here with Sri Krishna Bhagwan, the gopis, the gopas, they had so much of love for each other all the time, and they had so much of fun. So all these boyhood pranks of the Lord, really, we enjoy listening to them. And no matter, we listen to it over and over again. Our revered Swami Gautamananji Maharaj narrated at least about 3 or 4 of these incidents, which are so enriching, so mesmerizing, and we feel enchanted because we feel we can relate to it. Even the Lord stealing the makan, it's as if it's the ordinary thing that children will do, and we enjoy that. These are the stories that also help us with meditation. So the lives of divine incarnations reveal that they are not ordinary people. Their immaculate character, selflessness, their compassion, their immense love for devotees, and the sacrifices that they make to help everyone, especially those who are trying to be good, distinguish them from ordinary people. They even try, of course, these special incarnations, they even try very hard to transform those who were wicked by nature, who were evil by nature, but they try very much to help them so that they can eventually have peace. We notice that whoever is troubled or whoever has anger, hatred, jealousy, pride, and these vices, especially what we see outside in the world today with those people that do not want to pray, do not want to believe in a God, so they can never live in peace. They are so much in pieces, and every day they do something wrong because they don't think that it is wrong. Shri Krishna Bhagavan tells Arjuna that the whole universe is strung on him like rows of gems on a string. So in other words, nothing lives apart from God. The whole of creation is strung to him like gems on a string. So once Mother Yashoda, she went to the river Yamuna to have her bath, and I think Maharaj earlier mentioned about this, and how when she left Shri Krishna on the banks of the Yamuna and went into the river to have her bath, when she came out, the gopis told her, "Oh, your Kanha was eating mud." She said, "What?" She said, "Yes, he was eating mud." So when Mother Yashoda came out, she took the stick and she said, "Have you been eating mud?" He said, "No, Ma, I won't eat mud. I haven't eaten mud." "Open your mouth, let me see," she said. And when he opened the mouth, she saw this whole universe inside. She even saw herself standing there with a stick, ready to give him a beating because he was eating mud. So this again, you see, these beautiful incidents allow us to meditate on God, to think about God, and to feel uplifted in God's glory. So we see that God now, if the whole universe is in God's mouth, that means we too are in God. And God is with us, which means that we are not alone. God is always with us. Every act of Shri Krishna Bhagavan enchants and mesmerizes us. Especially on this blessed night, we feel that the Lord can only take birth in our own hearts as we sing His glories. So, Big Swamiji, our revered Guruji, used to say, when you come in here, feel this love for God, and when you leave, try not to be the same person that you were yesterday, this morning, or even now. When you go out, say to yourself that, I always used to do this or that, and I wasn't happy, so now I want to change. So, if ever we are restless or worried about anything, we must repeat God's name. That's the best way to control the mind, to fill ourselves with peace, to have some confidence in ourselves. So if we meditate for a few moments and think about how the Lord saved so many people, especially those who depend on Him, then we can feel energized as well. Because Shri Krishna Bhagavan says, I am the same to all beings. To me there is none hateful, none dear. But those who worship me with devotion, they are in me and I am also in them. So like that, if we read a little bit at a time of the Bhagavad Gita, a few verses here and there, and meditate on that, on those meanings, we find how quickly the mind gets uplifted. The mind does not get stuck in our worries, in our cares, in what somebody said to me that was so unpleasant. Not on that, immediately move to something positive. Of course, we know that Kamsa was Sri Krishna's mama, his uncle, and he was very cruel and selfish. When he heard that Sri Krishna is none other than God, he wanted to kill Sri Krishna. So he sent for Sri Krishna to come to Mathura, and when Sri Krishna and Balaram came there, one afternoon they were walking through the streets of Mathura when they could smell beautiful fragrance. And when they looked, they saw this hunchback who was known by the name Kubja, means hunchback. Everybody used to call her Kubja. She was carrying the sandal paste and going to the king. So, of course, Kubja was not happy at all because she had to make the sandal paste, the sweet aroma, this beautiful fragrance from this lovely sandal paste. Every day she had to take it to King Kamsa. And she was not happy because she knew that she's not doing it for a good person, but she had no choice. So as she would prepare the sandal paste, every morning she would repeat Lord Krishna's name. She used to pray to God, "O Lord, please bless me so that I might do this service for you rather than this sinful king. Please liberate me from this painful duty." She used to pray like that every day. So, when Sri Krishna and Balaram saw that, what did Sri Krishna do? Of course, he knew who she was, but she didn't know who Sri Krishna was. Sri Krishna Bhagavan came right there to her and he called her Sundari. Sundari means, "Oh, beautiful one." So poor Kubja was feeling that Sri Krishna is teasing her or rather insulting her because she felt she is not beautiful, she is hunched back, and why is Sri Krishna saying this? And so she tried to move away and go on a different direction, but in whichever direction she moved, can you imagine the naughty Krishna trying to block her way on whichever way she's going, teasing her and playing with her and calling her Sundari all the time, asking her, "Where are you taking this beautiful fragrance? What are you doing with it?" And Kubja, of course, didn't answer. And finally, when she looked at Sri Krishna, she could see that there's something different because she was annoyed, she was not even looking at Sri Krishna. But when she glanced at the Lord and she said, "Why are you stopping me? And why are you addressing me as Sundari when everyone calls me a hunchback? I am taking this sandal paste for the cruel and ungrateful king." Lord Krishna looked at her compassionately and replied, "Oh, beautiful lady, you need not do this duty anymore." Can you imagine the first thing the Lord tells her? That He is liberating her already. You help others, but never ask for anything in return. People scorn you and hurt you, but you have never retaliated. You are unselfish, kind, and free from hatred. Your heart is pure and beautiful. The body may be pretty or ugly in your eyes, but I see the heart of a person. Kubja gazed at Lord Krishna in astonishment. His divine love and beauty overwhelmed her. The Lord continued, "I am the one that walks with you and resides in your heart." So we must feel these words are said to us as well, because we may not be in exactly the same position as Kubja, but there are so many times when we do feel down, when we feel that we are hurt and we don't know how to go forward, then we must feel the Lord is saying that I walk with you and I reside in your heart. I am your Krishna, Kubja. Don't you recognize me? You have prayed to me for many years. Today I have come to bless you. She was overjoyed, of course. Are you really my Krishna? And her eyes became filled with tears of joy, and she fell at his feet. When she went down, how did Sri Krishna pick her up? He put his hands under her chin and gradually picked her up. You can imagine that gentle, strong, powerful hand, not a violent hand, but picking Kubja up, the Lord immediately straightened her. She was bent, but as the Lord picked her up, she became straight and she looked so beautiful also, looking so young and beautiful. the Lord assured her that she need not go to Kamsa at all with the sandal paste. She immediately, see her faith in God, she didn't think, oh no, what will the king do to me? She immediately agreed with what the Lord said, and she was in divine ecstasy. She applied the sandal paste on the feet of the Lord himself. And at last she was liberated and found peace in the Lord. So this is how she reminds us how to pray to God, and God is sure to bless us. But we must have faith and patience and take care not to repeat our faults. Then we can progress quickly towards God. The silent repetition of God's holy name protects us from many calamities and fills us with hope and confidence. We need to have faith and be resilient. Means be strong. Don't keep thinking about the negative aspects. Think about strength. Even in the lives of Sri Ramakrishna, Sri Sarada Devi and Swamiji, that is Swami Vivekananda, there were many, many devotees whose lives became transformed just by coming in their presence. They were blessed to recognize the Master, Mother and Swamiji as divine incarnations, and their faith in God increased. There was a poor man called Tej Chandra, talking about our Master, how the Master also came to the rescue of so many people. Tej Chandra was very poor, but very trustworthy, very truthful, and he loved the Master and visited Master whenever he could. So once, a man, a friend of Tej Chandra's, was going to Benares. Now in those years, in 1850s or 1860s, 200 rupees was a lot of money. So this man didn't want to take the money with him, nor did he want to leave it at home in case the helper or somebody came to steal it. So he gave Tej Chandra this 200 rupees to keep, and he said that he will take it from him when he returns from Benares. Now it so happened that with Tej Chandra, the money got lost. So what must Tej Chandra do now? He didn't know what to do. He looked for it everywhere, but he couldn't find it. And from where now will he, a poor man, get 200 rupees? Like in those days, it was like 2,000 rand. How will he get that much of money to return to this owner? So he went to the banks of the Ganges, because he knows, of course, Ganges is very pure. Ganges purifies us, and the Master loved the Ganges too. So he went to Mother Ganga, and he sat there and he prayed to the Master. Master came to him. He said, Master, what have you done to me? What will happen to me when this man comes? What answer am I going to give him? So Master came to him and said, but why are you crying so much, my son? Look under that stone there. You will find the money there. So many times small things like this happen even in our lives, and we cannot explain it, we cannot understand it, but we can see that God is there more than 24/7, means birth after birth after birth. Tej Chandra opened his eyes and he rushed to the spot where Master indicated, and moving the stone or the rock, he found the money there. He was overwhelmed with joy, knowing that God never leaves him. Today, everyone has to focus so much on their jobs, which have become very painful, very taxing, very stressful, and yet we have to have a smile on our face. We can't be popo-faced all the time, sad all the time, miserable all the time. We have to smile and laugh, otherwise life will be very hard to pass. So, even in the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says, spiritual practices must be practiced with a cheerful heart, not with a sad and heavy heart. Mother Sharda also says that when we take refuge in God, we get away with a mere pinprick. As Holy Mother said, that so many challenges come our way. And just a few days ago, we heard how somebody had an accident. The one whole side was gone in, but nothing happened to them. And they immediately said that it is because we come to satsangs, because Master and Mother are there to protect and save us. We do not realize it sometimes, but most every moment of the day, God is with his devotees. The story of the fruit seller is also very interesting and touching. I love stories, so I like to tell stories. One day, a poor old lady was selling fruits, and of course she walked through the streets calling out, that I've got fruits for sale, my fruits are very, very sweet, please come and buy them. But that day, nobody came to buy fruits. And she was old, she was hot, she was tired, and the whole day she had been walking, but she hardly sold anything. Being very tired, thirsty, and hungry, as she came past Mother Yashoda's and Nanda's house, Krishna Bhagwan from the top, he could see her calling fruits for sale, phal, le lo, please buy the phal, I got phal, meetha, phal le lo. He could hear her. And so he came running down. Of course, the Lord knew immediately that not only is she tired, but she has hardly made any money today, and what will she eat? How will she live? So the Lord came down from the top, from upstairs, and he said, yes, he wants to buy some fruit. So the lady said, but you have to pay me some money for it. He says, money? Why must I pay you money? My mother gives me so many things to eat, but she never asks me for money. I take butter and curds and from all the gopis, they never ask me for money. You are just like my mother. Why must I pay you money? So she said, okay. Then he remembered that, oh, my mother has got some grain in the house. Is it okay if I bring some grain? I'll give you the grain in exchange for the fruit. And of course, the fruit seller was very, very happy. She hardly even answered because she was so mesmerized by this innocent child, this child with beautiful curly hair, lovely eyes, sparkling eyes, and so much of love and compassion in his eyes. So Shri Krishna Bhagwan quickly runs into the house to bring the grain in his hand. And I'm sure those of us that have seen the little movies of Raman and Sagar know that when the young boy comes from the house, more than 3/4 of the grain has all fallen on the way. By the time he comes to the fruit seller, he's just got about 5 or 10 grains in his hand, and he says, this is what I have. And he puts the grain in the basket, and of course our fruit seller Ma fills his tiny, tiny palms with as much fruit as he could carry, and Shri Krishna Bhagwan takes the fruit inside, and our lady, she's so charmed by this innocent, radiant child, and she said, my child, take as many fruit as you can. So when she goes home and she wants to empty the basket of whatever she had, she sees that what happened? These grains turned into gold and silver and wonderful gems, and she was flabbergasted. She couldn't believe that those 5 or 10 grains had turned into gold and jewels. So that means that was the end of her struggles. She will struggle no more. There will never be a time when she won't have food in the house. So whatever we offer to Lord with love and devotion returns to us multiplied 1,000-fold. Shri Krishna Bhagwan says, whoever offers me with devotion a fruit, a leaf, a flower, or even water, that pious offering of the pure in heart, I accept. So what is more important is the love with which we offer it. And the Master said, the mind, our Master, Sri Ramakrishna says, the mind cannot think of God if it is immersed day and night in worldliness, in worldly duties, in worldly cares, then when will you think about God? Master advises us to keep holy company, repeat God's name, try and study the scriptures or read a little bit every day, even if it's a few lines, and practice meditation regularly. But also more important than that is we must try to cultivate some virtuous qualities, try to get rid of our wrong habits and become better every day. Lord Krishna loved Draupadi. Draupadi was like his own sister and his friend too. Draupadi also had great faith in Sri Krishna. Draupadi was the wife of the 5 Pandavas. So she loved Sri Krishna as her own brother. And once Lord Krishna cut his finger and the blood was just pouring out. The other day somebody told me they cut their finger and they had to go to the doctor and it became a big issue. But anyway, let's see what happens to Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna cut his finger and it was bleeding profusely. So everyone was running helter-skelter. Oh, Krishna's finger has been cut and look at the blood is flowing all over. They're trying to see what they could do. And as soon as Draupadi came in there and when she saw the Lord's finger is cut and the blood is gushing out, she immediately tore her sari from one end, tore it, tied the bandage, and she wrapped it nicely so that not that it stopped bleeding, but it became, because one does it with so much of love, the pain is already gone. So Lord Krishna was very touched by her gesture and this loving devotion of hers, and he asked her what she wants in return for this favor. Draupadi said, "All I ask of you, my Lord, is for your eternal presence in my life." See, this is how we must pray. All I want is for your eternal presence in my life. You must always be there to protect me. And of course, if anybody asks God for a prayer like this, God has to listen and grant that prayer, fulfill that prayer. So from now on, Lord Krishna was like Draupadi's shadow, constantly protecting her. And we know that years later, when Duryodhan's brother Dushasan was trying to disrobe Draupadi in front of the whole assembly, so many distinguished leaders were there, so many elders were there, and Dushasan was pulling Draupadi's sari to disrobe her, and he was also flabbergasted to know that there was no way he could do that. The sari became longer and longer and longer, and there was no way he could disrobe her. He could remove that sari from her. If we have seen the movie, we know piles of cloth. The cloth became so high, but the sari never came to an end. So we see how he saved her embarrassment. He saved her from being embarrassed, and by making that sari, so one piece of cloth tied on the finger turned into meters upon meters upon meters of cloth, bales of cloth around her. So Dushasan was exhausted and he could do nothing about it. So what this reminds us that we do not see God's physical presence, but he is there. On that day also, Lord Krishna didn't have to come there, but the sari became so long, and the Lord never fails his devotees because he loves his devotees. He knows and he feels that without my devotees, I too am nobody. We say, "Oh Lord, without you we are nobody." But God says, "Without you, what is the purpose of me?" So become God's devotees. In chapter 10 of the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says, "Of words I am Om." Before you find Big Swamiji, put Om. Of words I am Om, and of sacrifices I am japa sacrifice. Yes, we love to offer havan, we love to do katha and janda prayers, we love to do big pujas, few hours, but look at the Lord says, of all the sacrifices I am japa. Just repeat my name. Just repeat God's name, whatever name you like, and God is surely there to protect and save us, because we benefit tremendously just by repeating God's name. God's name and God are not separate. They are not two different things. Just a last story, and then we come to an end. How do we know that God and his name are identical? So there is a story that says once Sri Krishna had to be weighed to see what else is the same weight as him. So there was a huge scale. In the olden days the scale was different. If you haven't seen the olden days scale, where they have two big sort of dishes or two small dishes, depending on the size of the scale, please look on the internet and you'll find the olden days scale, what it looked like. So Lord Krishna sat on one side, and our Satyabhama thought that, oh no, I know what will be equal to the Lord's weight. I must get all the jewelry that I've got. We know gold can be heavy. We don't really see the weight, but it can be heavy. So she brought all the jewelry that was there in the palace, and she put it on the other side. She carried on and on and on bringing, but Sri Krishna didn't go up, or nothing happened. It wasn't equal. The side didn't go up at all. The heavy, the jewelry, it just remained as it was. And then when Rukmani Devi, that is another divine consort of the Lord, saw that Satyabhama was now even getting tired, because she was kept going in and bringing it and going in and bringing it. So what Rukmani Devi did, she took all of that jewelry out on a tulsi leaf. She wrote Sri Krishna's name and she put that on the scale, and of course it balanced. So we are not wrong when we repeat. We can think even of Hanumanji. For Hanumanji, Sri Ram's name was everything. So let us learn from this. We see challenges will always be there. Even in the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says these pairs of opposites, pain and pleasure, good and bad, like day and night, they are always there. He tells Arjuna, bear them patiently. That is what we have to do. Bear it patiently, repeat God's name, read from the Bhagavad Gita and say, O Lord, I cannot see you, but you can see me. You know that I want you. You know that I need you in my life, and it is only because of you that I can survive. Otherwise, this world is ready to swallow me. So, O Lord, never leave me. Always be by my side, and on this very, very blessed and important and glorious day, O Lord, bless the whole world. Bless all those that have not been able to come and repeat your name, O Lord. We are so grateful, so blessed that we are able to gather together to think about you on this wonderful night. And may Shri Krishna Bhagwan remove our ignorance with the luminous lamp of knowledge. Hari Om Tat Sat. Let's all sing the Madhur Ashtakam, page 222.
मधुरं चरितं मधुरं वसनं मधुरं वलितं मधुरं चलितं मधुरं भ्रमितं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं वेणुर्मधुरो वेणुर्मधुरा पाणिर्मधुरा पादो मधुरो नृत्यं मधुरं सख्यं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं गीतं मधुरं पीतं मधुरं भोक्तं मधुरं सोक्तं मधुरं रूपं मधुरं तिलकं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं वरणं मधुरं तरणं मधुरं हरणं मधुरं रमणं मधुरं वमितं मधुरं शमितं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं गुञ्जा मधुरा माला मधुरा यमुना मधुरा वीची मधुरा सलिलं मधुरं कमलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं गोपी मधुरा हीरा मधुरं योक्तं मधुरं मोक्तं मधुरं दृष्टं मधुरं श्रेष्ठं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं गोपा मधुरा गावो मधुरा यष्टे मधुरा श्रेष्ठे मधुरा चरितं मधुरं फलितं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम् ॐ श्रीराम कृष्ण भगवान की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय श्री
अम्बे अम्बे
मात की जय। श्री कृष्ण कन्हैया लाल की जय।
After Shreya, Camille will sing and then Priyanka will sing.
Om, page 79. Srinivasa Govinda, Sri Rama Krishna Govinda,
Srinivasa Govinda,
ಗೋವಿಂದ ಹರಿ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಗೋಪಾಲ ಹರಿ ಗೋಪಾಲ
ಶ್ರೀನಿವಾಸ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಶ್ರೀರಾಮ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಗೋವಿಂದ
ಶ್ರೀನಿವಾಸ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಶ್ರೀರಾಮ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಗೋವಿಂದ
ಪೂರನ ಪುರುಷ ಗೋವಿಂದ ವನನಿವಾಸ ಗೋವಿಂದ
ಪೂರಣ ಪುರುಷ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಪಂಡರಿವಾಸ ಗೋವಿಂದ
ಆಪತ್ ಪಾಂಡವ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಅನಾಥ ರಕ್ಷಕ ಗೋವಿಂದ
ಆಪತ್ ಪಾಂಡವ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಅನಾಥ ರಕ್ಷಕ ಗೋವಿಂದ
ಶ್ರೀನಿವಾಸ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಶ್ರೀರಾಮ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಗೋವಿಂದ
ಶ್ರೀನಿವಾಸ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಶ್ರೀರಾಮ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಗೋವಿಂದ
ತಿರುಪತಿ ವಾಸ ಗೋವಿಂದ ತಿರುಮಲೆ ವಾಸ ಗೋವಿಂದ
ತಿರುಪತಿ ವಾಸ ಗೋವಿಂದ ತಿರುಮಲೆ ವಾಸ ಗೋವಿಂದ
ಗೋವಿಂದ ಹರಿ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಗೋಪಾಲ ಹರಿ ಗೋಪಾಲ
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 ಹರಿ ಗೋಪಾಲ
ಗೋವಿಂದ ಹರಿ ಗೋವಿಂದ
ಗೋಪಾಲ ಹರಿ ಗೋಪಾಲ
ಗೋವಿಂದ ಹರಿ ಗೋವಿಂದ
ಶ್ರೀನಿವಾಸ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಶ್ರೀರಾಮ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಗೋವಿಂದ
ಶ್ರೀನಿವಾಸ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಶ್ರೀರಾಮ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಶ್ರೀರಾಮ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಭಗವಾನ್ ಕಿ ಜೈ ಪವನ ಸುತ ಹನುಮಾನ್ ಕಿ ಜೈ ಶ್ರೀ ಅಂಬೆ ಅಂಬೆ ಮಾತ ಕಿ ಜೈ ಶ್ರೀ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಕನ್ಹಯ್ಯ लाल की जय।
Om, page 117. अलख निरंजन भवा भजन भजो नारायण नारायण नारायण
अलख निरंजन भवा भजन
नारायण नारायण
Om Guru Deva Satgurudeva Narayana Narayana Narayana
Om Gurudeva Satgurudeva Narayan Narayan Narayana
Om Guru Deva Satgurudeva Narayana Narayana Narayana
Om Gurudeva Satgurudeva Narayan Narayan Narayana
Om Guru Deva Satgurudeva Narayana Narayana Narayana
Om Gurudeva Satgurudeva Narayan Narayan Narayana
Om Guru Deva Satgurudeva Narayana Narayana Narayana
Narayana Hari Narayana Hari Om Narayana Narayana
Narayana Hari Narayana Hari Om Narayana Narayana Narayana
Narayana Hari Narayana Hari Om Narayana Narayana
Narayana Hari Narayana Hari Om Narayana 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 Narayana Narayana
अलख निरंजन भवा भजन भजो नारायण नारायण नारायण
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 ओम गुरुदेव सद्गुरुदेव नारायण नारायण नारायण
Om Guru Deva Satgurudeva Narayana Narayana Narayana
ओम गुरुदेव सद्गुरुदेव नारायण नारायण नारायण
Om Guru Deva Satgurudeva Narayana Narayana Narayana
नारायण हरि नारायण हरि ओम नारायण नारायण नारायण
Narayana Hari Narayana Hari Om Narayana Narayana
भजन भवा भजन भजो नारायण नारायण नारायण
ओम श्री राम कृष्ण भगवान की जय। पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। श्री अम्बे अम्बे मात की जय। श्री कृष्ण कन्हैया लाल की जय।
After Priyanka, Jyoti will sing, Shamila will sing, Mridu will sing, Premila will sing, Jagdish Bhai will sing.
On page 88. Om Nitya Nitya Sundar Mukar Vindam Nachore Nandalala Nandalala
नित्य नित्य सुंदर मुखार विंदम नाचो रे नंदलाला नंदलाला।
नित्य नित्य सुंदर मुखार विंदम नाचो रे नंदलाला नंदलाला
नित्य नित्य सुंदर मुखार विंदम नाचो रे नंदलाला नंदलाला।
नाचो रे नंदलाला नंदलाला
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 नाचो रे नंदलाला नंदलाला।
भक्तों के रखवाला नंदलाला
भक्तों के रखवाला नंदलाला।
भक्तों के रखवाला नंदलाला
भक्तों के रखवाला नंदलाला।
नाचो रे नंदलाला नंदलाला
नाचो रे नंदलाला नंदलाला।
नाचो रे नंदलाला नंदलाला
नाचो रे नंदलाला नंदलाला।
गोपियों के गोपाला नंदलाला
गोपियों के गोपाला नंदलाला।
गोपियों के गोपाला नंदलाला
गोपियों के गोपाला नंदलाला।
नाचो रे नंदलाला नंदलाला
नाचो रे नंदलाला नंदलाला।
नाचो रे नंदलाला नंदलाला
नाचो रे नंदलाला नंदलाला।
मीरा के मतवाला नंदलाला
मीरा के मतवाला नंदलाला।
मीरा के मतवाला नंदलाला
मीरा के मतवाला नंदलाला।
नाचो रे नंदलाला नंदलाला
नाचो रे नंदलाला नंदलाला।
नाचो रे नंदलाला नंदलाला
नाचो रे नंदलाला नाचो रे नंद लाला नंद लाला
नाचो रे नंद लाला नंद लाला
नाचो रे नंद लाला नंद लाला
भक्तों के रखवाला नंद लाला
भक्तों के रखवाला नंद लाला
नाचो रे नंद लाला नंद लाला
नाचो रे नंद लाला नंद लाला
गोपियों के गोपाला नंद लाला
गोपियों के गोपाला नंद लाला
नाचो रे नंद लाला नंद लाला
नाचो रे नंद लाला नंद लाला
मीरा के मतवाला नंद लाला
मीरा के मतवाला नंद लाला
नाचो रे नंद लाला 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 नंद लाला
नित्य नित्य सुंदर मुखारविंद नाचो रे नंद लाला नंद लाला
नित्य नित्य सुनिंदर मुखारविंद नाचो रे नंद लाला नंद लाला ओम श्री राम कृष्ण भगवान की
जय पवन सुत हनुमान
की जय श्री अम्बे अम्बे मात की जय श्री कृष्ण कन्हैया लाल की
जय
On page 121. श्रीमन्नारायण भज मन नारायण
श्रीमन्नारायण भज मन नारायण
श्रीमन्नारायण भज मन नारायण
श्रीमन्नारायण भज मन नारायण
श्रीमन्नारायण नारायण नारायण
श्रीमन्नारायण
Yashmita will sing. After Yashmita, Premila can sing.
Poem, page 121. शंकर जी का डमरू भोले रघुपति राघव राजा राम।
शंकर जी का डमरू भोले रघुपति राघव राजा राम।
शंकर जी का डमरू भोले रघुपति राघव राजा राम।
शंकर जी का डमरू बोले रघुपति राघव राजा राम।
नारद जी की वीणा भोले पतित पावन सीताराम।
नारद जी की वीणा बोले पतित पावन सीताराम।
नारद जी की वीणा भोले पतित पावन सीताराम।
नारद जी की वीणा बोले पतित पावन सीताराम।
हरे राम हरे राम हरे राम हरे राम।
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 हरे राम हरे राम हरे राम।
हरे राम हरे राम हरे राम हरे
राम हरे राम हरे राम हरे राम हरे राम। शबरी बाई का मोर बोले श्री राम जय राम।
शबरी बाई का बोल बोले श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम।
शबरी बाई का मोर बोले श्री राम जय राम।
शबरी बाई का बोल बोले श्री राम जय जय राम।
मीराबाई का झांझर भोले मुरलीधर हर सुंदर श्याम।
मीराबाई का झांझर बोले मुरलीधर हर सुंदर श्याम।
मीराबाई का झांझर भोले मुरलीधर हर सुंदर श्याम।
मीराबाई का झांझर Shyam, Radhe Shyam,
Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam,
Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam,
Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam,
Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam,
Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam,
Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam.
शंकर जी का डमरू भोले, रघुपति राघव राजा राम।
शंकर जी का डमरू बोले, रघुपति राघव राजा राम।
नारद जी की वीणा बोले, पतित पावन सीताराम।
नारद जी की वीणा बोले, पतित पावन सीताराम।
हरे राम, हरे राम, हरे राम, हरे राम,
हरे राम, हरे राम, हरे राम, हरे राम,
हरे राम, हरे राम, हरे राम, हरे राम,
हरे राम, हरे राम, हरे राम, हरे राम।
शबरी माई का बोल बोले, श्री राम जय राम।
शबरी माई का बोल बोले, श्री राम जय राम, जय जय राम।
मीराबाई का झांझर बोले, मुरलीधर हर सुंदर श्याम।
मीराबाई का झांझर बोले, मुरलीधर हर सुंदर श्याम।
राधे श्याम, राधे श्याम, राधे श्याम, राधे श्याम,
राधे श्याम, राधे श्याम, राधे श्याम, राधे श्याम।
राधे श्याम, राधे श्याम, राधे श्याम, राधे श्याम,
राधे श्याम, राधे श्याम, राधे श्याम, राधे श्याम।
शंकर जी का डमरू भोले, रघुपति राघव राजा राम। ओम
श्री राम कृष्ण भगवान की जय। पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। श्री अम्बे अम्बे मात की जय। श्री कृष्ण कन्हैया लाल की जय। After Yashmita, Nembhai will sing, and then Beena can come and sing after Nembhai.
श्याम हरि घन श्याम हरि, श्याम हरि घन
रघुपति राघव राजा राम पतित पावन सीताराम पतित पावन सीताराम
रघुपति राघव राजा राम पतित पावन
Krishna Govinda Shyam Murari Mure Nandalala Shyam Murari Mure Nandalala
Shyam Hari Ghana Shyam Hari Shyam Hari Ghana Shyam Hari
Shyam Hare Ghana Shyam Hare Shyam Hare Ghana Shyam Hare
Govinda Gopala Shyam Murari Mure Nandalala Shyam Murari Mure Nandalala
Govinda Gopala Shyam Murari Mure Nandalala Shyam Murari Mure Nandalala
Ram Hari Raghu Ram Hari Ram Hari Raghu Ram Hari
Shyam Hare Raghu Ram Hare Shyam Hare Raghu Shyam Hare
Raghupati Raghav Raja Ram Patita Pavan Sita Ram Patita Pavan Sita Ram
Raghupati Raghav Raja Ram Patita Pavan Sita Ram Patita Pavan Sita Ram
Jai 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 Manmohana Jai 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 Madhusudana
Jai 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 Manmohana Jai 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 Madhusudana
Shri Rama Krishna Govinda Shyam Murari Mure Nandalala Shyam Murari Mure Nandalala
Shri Rama Krishna Govinda Shyam Murari Mure Nandalala Shyam Murari Mure Nandalala
Shyam Hari Ghana Shyam Hari Shyam Hari Ghana Shyam Hari
Shyam Hare Ghana Shyam Hare Shyam Hare Ghana Shyam Hare
Ram Hari Raghu Ram Hari Ram Hari Raghu Ram Hari
Ram Hare Raghu Ram Hare Ram Hare Raghu Ram Hare Om Shri Ram Krishna Bhagavan Ki Jai Pavan Sutta Hanuman Ki Jai Shri Ambe Ambe Mata Ki Jai Shri Krishna Kanhaiya Lal Ki Jai
After name by Mridu will sing.
Om, page 83. Om गिरधारी गोपाल लाल जय कन्हैया लाल की
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 जय कन्हैया लाल की जय जय रणछोड़ राय की
जय कन्हैया लाल की
जय जय रणछोड़ राय की
जय कन्हैया लाल की जय जय रणछोड़ राय की
जय कन्हैया लाल की जय
गिरधारी गोपाल लाल जय कन्हैया लाल की।
श्री राम कृष्ण भगवान की जय। पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। श्री अम्बे अम्बे मात की जय। श्री कृष्ण कन्हैया लाल की जय।
On page 88. ॐ कल्याण मूर्ति कनकंड देवा।
कल्याण मूर्ति कनकंड देवा।
गोकुल वेंकटेशा।
गोकुल वेंकटेशा।
देवादि देवादि वेणुगणलोला।
देवादि देवादि वेणुगणलोला।
पद्मालक्ष्मी वल्लभा।
जय पद्मालक्ष्मी वल्लभा।
हरे राम 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 राघवा।
हरे राम 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 राघवा।
हरे कृष्ण 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 केशवा।
हरे कृष्ण 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 केशवा।
कल्याण मूर्ति कनकंद देवा।
कल्याण मूर्ति कनकंद देवा।
गोकुल वेंकटेशा।
गोकुल वेंकटेशा।
देवादि देवादि वेणुगणलोला।
देवादि देवादि वेणुगणलोला।
पद्मालक्ष्मी वल्लभा।
जय पद्मालक्ष्मी वल्लभा।
हरे राम 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 राघवा।
हरे राम 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 राघवा।
हरे कृष्ण 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 केशवा।
हरे कृष्ण 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 केशवा।
हरे राम 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 राघवा।
हरे राम 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 राघवा।
हरे कृष्ण 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 केशवा।
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 ओम श्री राम कृष्ण भगवान की जय। पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। श्री अम्बे अम्बे मात की जय। श्री कृष्ण कन्हैया लाल की जय।
Let us meditate for a few moments as the most auspicious moment is arriving when the Lord will be born in our hearts. Let us feel the divine presence of God. Let us feel blessed. And as we go into the world, O Lord, fill our hearts with peace and joy. Give us the strength to be good and do good. Krishna Kanhaiya Lal Ki Jai. Let us stand, everyone.
Vande Jagat
Guru Karuna Sagar Shri Guru Krishna Vande Jagat Guru Karuna Sagar Shri Guru Krishna Vande Jagat Guru Karuna Sagar Shri Guru
Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru Karuna Sagar Shri Guru Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru Karuna Sagar Shri Guru Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru Karuna Sagar Shri Guru Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru Karuna Sagar Shri Guru Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru Karuna Sagar Shri Guru Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru Karuna Sagar Shri Guru Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru Karuna Sagar Shri Guru Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru Karuna Sagar Shri Guru Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru Karuna Sagar Shri Guru Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru Karuna Sagar Shri Guru Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru Karuna Sagar Shri Guru Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru Karuna Sagar Shri Guru Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru Karuna Sagar Shri Guru Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru Karuna Sagar Shri Guru Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru Karuna Sagar Shri Guru Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru Karuna Sagar Shri Guru Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru Karuna Sagar Shri Guru Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru Karuna Sagar Shri Guru Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru Karuna Sagar Shri Guru Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru Karuna Sagar Shri Guru Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru Karuna Sagar Shri Guru Karuna Sagar Shri Guru Jai Karuna Sagar Shri
Krishna Vande Jagat Guru Karuna
Sagar Shri Guru
Om Shri Ram Krishna Bhagavan Ki Jai Pavan Sutta Hanuman Ki Jai Shri Ambe Ambe Mata Ki Jai Shri Krishna Kanhaiya Lal Ki Jai.
Please be seated. seated, we'll offer the Aarti, or you want to stand, you can stand. The Aarti is on page 243. Those that are offering Aarti should please come to the front.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. आरती कुंज विहारी की श्री गिरिधर कृष्ण मुरारी की। आरती कुंज विहारी की श्री गिरिधर कृष्ण मुरारी की। गले में वैजयंती माला बजावे मुरली मधुर बाला बाला। श्रवण में कुंडल झलकाला झलकाला। नंद के नंद श्री आनंद कंद मोहन ब्रिज चंद। राधिका रमण बिहारी की श्री गिरिधर कृष्ण मुरारी की। आरती कुंज बिहारी की श्री गिरिधर कृष्ण मुरारी की। गगन सम अंग काली काली। राधिका चमक रही आली आली। लखन में ठाड़े बनमाली बनमाली। भ्रमर सी अलग कस्तूरी तिलक चंद्र सी झलक। ललित छवि श्यामा प्यारी थी श्री गिरिधर कृष्ण मुरारी की। आरती कुंज बिहारी की श्री गिरिधर कृष्ण मुरारी की। जहाँ से प्रगट भई गंगा गंगा गंगा। स्मरण के होत मोह भंगा मोह भंगा। बसी शिव जी जटा के बीच हरे अगति। चरण छवि श्री बनवारी की श्री गिरिधर कृष्ण मुरारी की। आरती कुंज बिहारी की श्री गिरिधर कृष्ण मुरारी की। आरती कुंज बिहारी की श्री गिरिधर कृष्ण मुरारी की। आरती कुंज बिहारी की श्री गिरिधर कृष्ण मुरारी की। श्री गिरिधर कृष्ण मुरारी की श्री गिरिधर कृष्ण मुरारी की। ओम कर्पूरगौरं संसारसारं भुजगेन्द्रहारं सदा वसन्तं हृदयारविन्दे भवन् भवानी सहितं नमामि भवन् भवानी सहितं नमामि मङ्गलं भगवान् विष्णु मङ्गलं गरुडध्वज मङ्गलं पुण्डरीकाक्ष मङ्गलाय तनोहरि सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणी नमोऽस्तुते नारायणी नमोऽस्तुते ॐ सर्वेषां स्वस्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां शान्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां पूर्णं भवतु सर्वेषां मङ्गलं भवतु सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरि ॐ तत्सत्
जय श्री गुरु महाराज की जय महामाई की जय स्वामी जी महाराज की जय गंगा मात की जय महावीर स्वामी जी की जय सर्व ऋषि मुनियों की जय पार्वती पते हर हर महादेव की जय श्री कृष्ण कन्हैया लाल की जय ओम नमो नारायणाय. As we offering petals